You've called like a million times. Like, can I help you? It's kind of really annoying.
You cheated on me, didn't you?
Excuse me?
That's the only explanation I can come up with as to why you're not home this late at night. You must be cheating on me.
Oh, you came back home early? I thought you had to work overnight and wouldn't be home until the morning.
I came back home for a minute because I left some paperwork I needed, not that it matters. And what do I find? An empty house and all of your makeup and stuff is scattered on the table. Where the hell did you go this late at night all dressed up?
You're crazy! An old acquaintance of mine asked to meet up, so I just put on a little makeup to go to dinner with them. Plus, it's the weekend. I should be able to go out if I want to. I can't believe you would even try to suggest that I was cheating on you.
Oh, please, I saw your text messages.
You what now?
I saw a text that said, "My husband's out until the morning, so we can have some fun until then too, XO. Now, does that seem the kind of text you would send to an acquaintance you haven't seen in a long time?
What the hell? I literally have my phone in my hand. How in the world are you able to read my messages? It shouldn't be possible.
I just logged into your account on the laptop. Everything was backed up so I could see it all.
How dare you? That is a violation of my privacy.
Need I remind you that you are the one who gave me your own password? Remember, you said, feel free to check my account anytime you think I'm cheating on you. So it's your own fault, really.
Well, that was because I never thought you'd actually use the password and read anything on there. You suck.
That is so rich coming from you. I'm not the one who's cheating on their spouse.
Don't go jumping to conclusions so quickly. It's just a conversation between me and one of my girlfriends. That's just how we talk to each other.
Yeah, right. The name on the contact is literally Ken, and all the words he's using are masculine. No woman talks like that. I should know. Do you really think you're going to be able to talk your way out of this? Good luck.
Oh, this is so annoying.
So, you actually admit it? You were cheating on me, weren't you?
I was literally enjoying myself on my date, and then you have to come and ruin it. Like, can you please not?
Are you really trying to make yourself out to be some kind of victim here?
Well, you're the one who said in our wedding vows that you would always do whatever to make sure that I was happy, right? So all I'm doing is simply holding you to that promise.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, all I'm saying is that this is what is making me happy, using your money to go out and have fun with my boyfriend. After all, that is when I feel the happiest. I'm only doing what you want me to, really, and you're just trying to ruin that.
I can't believe that you would do something like this. I don't even know who you are anymore.
Whatever. Oh, by the way, have you been in the bathroom recently?
Huh?
I'm pretty sure I left a pregnancy test in there before I left. But don't worry, it's definitely not yours. I was planning on surprising Ken with it on our date this afternoon and totally forgot it at home.
What the hell?
Would you mind taking a quick look at it for me?
You left it on the sink and it's positive. Well, since we haven't slept together in a while, I'm guessing it's your boyfriend's like you thought.
Yeah, I said that. Keep up.
Do you even realize how terrible everything you've done is? You betrayed my trust.
Okay, so I cheated on you a little bit and got pregnant. So what? Get over it.
You do realize I'm divorcing you, right?
Oh, you really shouldn't have said that.
What are you talking about?
Just that you might come to regret it is all.
Oh, stop joking around, I'm serious. We are getting a divorce. I'll call my lawyer tomorrow morning.
Oh, that's really how you want to play this? I see.
I thought you'd at least be a little happy about this. At least now you can actually go and marry that boyfriend of yours.
Yeah, but if I did that, then I wouldn't have access to your money anymore, and I can't have that. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ken does earn a good amount of money too, but he doesn't have the best spending habits.
In what world would I ever want to stay married to you after you've admitted all of this to me? Did you hit your head or something? Because you are so delusional. We're getting divorced, end of story.
Now wait a damn minute. I think we should talk about this. It would be the more mature thing to do. I'll be back tomorrow evening so we can talk then.
What is there to talk about? I have nothing to say to you.
Before you go on making decisions that you'll regret, just think about it. We can talk about it tomorrow.
I'm Sean. I'm 40 years old. I married my wife Natalie around 3 years ago. When this beautiful woman who was 10 years my junior approached me and asked me out, I thought there is no way she wants to be with an old man like me. I really thought that Natalie loved me. Come to find out, she just wanted to be with me for my money. I couldn't believe it when I found out. I mean, sure, our marriage has never been super amazing, maybe even a little on the boring side, but I never thought that it would come to this. Despite the way our marriage has been, I truly never thought that Natalie would go behind my back and cheat on me. The only thing I can think to do now is divorce her. I really don't see myself being able to get past this. And that truly was my plan, but when I find out who the person my wife has been cheating on me with truly is, I can't help but be terrified about what could happen.
Sean, do you want to explain why my house key isn't working?
Oh, that. Simple. I changed all the locks.
Without asking me? How dare you? This is my house.
Actually, this house has been mine since before we even married. We're getting divorced, so of course I needed to go and change all the locks.
Yeah, no, I thought we agreed to talk about this. We're not getting divorced.
What is there to talk about? You were the one who went and cheated on me and basically said I was just some personal ATM for you. As far as I'm concerned, this relationship is over. The only thing to do now is to sign the divorce papers. If you want, we can go see a lawyer, but you're not going to change my mind.
I think you should rethink this.
Why on earth would I do that?
I mean, if you were truly so dead set on getting a divorce, then I guess that's fine. But, well, I feel terrible for bringing this up, but Ken is actually in the mafia, so you might want to rethink the whole divorce thing.
I'm sorry, but you're telling me that you were cheating on me with a member of the mafia?
Yep. Apparently they've been around for generations and their group is pretty big. At least that's what he told me.
Have you ever considered that he was just saying that and that it might be one big lie?
Well, he showed me all of his big weapons and stuff. And he took me to his place of business once and I saw him actually talking to all those big scary people. He's definitely in the mafia.
That seems really dangerous.
I know, cool, right? Besides, Ken says I should try to get more money out of you while I can. I mean, since you're rich and all.
Oh, so your boyfriend is using me as a personal money machine as well, then?
Wait, no, of course not. But when I told him that I was pregnant, he got a little upset. Like, he kept saying there was no way I could be pregnant and denying the baby was his and all that. Honestly, I think he's just a little panicked because he probably doesn't have the money to support this baby. So we basically came up with a plan to get as much money from you as possible to be able to support all of us. It was my idea. Good, right?
Well, aren't you two just a match made in heaven?
Ken has always been a sort of no-nonsense type of person, and super unforgiving too. So if you don't take back the divorce and keep letting me do whatever I want with Ken, then he might just have to get rid of you.
So that's what it's come to?
Yeah. And if you try to blackmail us over his involvement in the mafia, then he'll definitely have to get rid of you.
Do you really think you could get away with this?
It's scary to think about, isn't it? So if I were you, I'd listen to everything I have to say.
I'll just go to the police and tell them what you two are trying to do.
What are you going to tell them? That you were threatened? They'll just laugh you out of the station. And the police have a lot of better things to do than listen to your silly report.
Even if that's the case, I still want a divorce.
I don't even care about the divorce anymore as long as you keep giving me money.
You want me to keep paying for all of your living expenses? You're kidding me, right?
Yeah, I want you to keep funding everything just like before. I mean, I guess it would be a little awkward if we still lived in the same house, so I'll let you keep that while I move in with Ken.
Wait, I'm confused about a couple of things.
And what would that be?
How did you meet your little boyfriend in the first place?
On a dating app, just like everyone else these days. We already lived super close to each other, so it was a really quick match.
And you really trust a stranger you met online when you have no idea who he could be? I mean, you did say that he was in the mafia. How do you know he's not going to try and get rid of you or something the second he gets bored with you?
Easy. If that ever happens, which it won't, I'll just go on the run. Plus, I can just leave the kid with you or something and problem solved. And even though he claims to be in the mafia, I could probably take him if I had to. Or maybe he's just really sweet on me since he likes me so much.
Wow, you really didn't think any of this through well.
I'm gonna spend the night with Ken, but don't forget to make sure to make me a key to the house, okay? It would really suck if I couldn't get in when I needed something.
You really are something else, you know that?
And I should have mentioned this earlier, but make sure not to make a big fuss about all of this, yeah? You're not the only person we have to keep quiet if that happens.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I just mean the other people you're related to, like your mom and dad. And while we're at it, I might as well include your annoying dog on that list. He was always so loud when we went to go visit your parents.
How dare you? You wouldn't threaten poor, innocent people.
If you don't want anything to happen to them, it's simple. You just have to keep sending me money. Let's start with a low $5,000. I expect it to be in my account by tomorrow.
There's no way that I can do that.
Just remember that I have all of your information. I'll expect you to follow through. Talk to you soon. Hello? I just got the divorce papers and alimony notice in the mail at Ken's house. Did you completely forget what we talked about?
Oh, yeah, I put those in there.
What even is this? You're trying to get $30,000 in alimony from me?
I'm just getting the money you basically stole from me. You never felt any remorse for what you did, and you even threatened me, so I thought that this was a fair price.
Are you dense in the head? Ken is in the mafia. The mafia! Do you really want me to get him to get rid of you?
Do it, I dare you.
Oh, I get it. You're like suicidal or something, aren't you? Or maybe you think this whole mafia thing is one big joke.
Of course I do, I'm not stupid.
Well, you must be. If you didn't know this, there are actually tons of mafia groups in this very area.
I don't care, so what?
Whatever, you had your chance. Now I'm definitely gonna just let Ken do whatever he wants to you. And not to mention, I'll make sure he gets you fired from your job and everything too. I would hate to be you right now. You're lucky Ken's out right now, so you have a little bit of time. As soon as he gets back, I'm telling him everything you did.
Great, I'll be waiting to see what he does.
Oh, you are so annoying. I'm sure you used some private investigator or detective or something. If you did, you should already know that Ken is really in the mafia and you're screwed.
A detective? I never once said I used anything like that. Where did you get that idea from?
Then how the hell did you find out my address? Oh, you're not telling me that you actually followed me yourself to find out where I lived. How pathetic is that?
I would never waste my time doing something like that. The person you cheated on me with, his name is Kenneth Walters, right?
See? You did have me followed, you weirdo!
Yeah, no.
Then how do you know any of this?
I work with him. He's a subordinate at my company.
What now?
You know, never in my wildest dreams would I have ever thought that quiet, eats lunch alone Kenneth would do something like this. It's kind of hilarious, actually.
You're joking, right? The same company.
Yeah, in fact, I'm kind of his boss. He reports to me, I mean.
Is it even possible? Oh, I get it. You're messing with me, aren't you?
If you think I'm lying about all of this, you should just ask him yourself. I'm sure he'll tell you the same thing.
Are you really telling the truth? If you are, this entire thing is so screwed up.
You know, in all my years of working with good old Kenneth, I never heard so much as a rumor of him being associated with the mafia in any way. Are you sure that he wasn't just saying that?
What? I don't know what to believe anymore. Wait a damn minute. How long did you know that he worked for you? And why the hell would you wait so long to mention anything?
Please, I knew this the entire time. I found out when I saw your text messages with Kenneth. I already had him saved as a contact when he used the same iCloud picture.
I can't believe this. What are the odds something like this would happen to me?
Kenneth probably has no idea that the two of us are married. Oh, I can't wait to see the look on his face when he finds out that he's been sleeping with his boss's wife.
You really think he was lying about the mafia thing? Then those threats I made mean squat.
Not to mention, I'll be letting HR know about this entire situation, since I'm sure it'll be making things awkward at work. Worst case scenario is Kenneth gets fired from his job, but that's not really my problem.
What? No! That can't happen. If Kenneth loses his job and I owe you money, then I'm gonna be broke.
Oh, sucks to be you.
You are a terrible person. Did you think even for 1 second about the new life I'm about to bring into this world? I mean, it is kind of like your son in a way.
A child? I wouldn't worry too much about that. I don't think that child will ever be born.
What are you trying to say?
Let me ask you, how did you use the pregnancy test?
What do you mean? I just used it like normal and then left it on the counter and then it was positive.
And how long did you wait before you looked at the results?
Well, I got distracted by an episode of Friends that was on TV, so I didn't check it until like 3 or 4 hours later.
The wait time for the test is only 3 minutes. So if you leave it for a little while longer than that, then even if it wasn't positive in the first place, the line bleeds to show a positive result.
Is that how it works?
You really couldn't wait just 3 minutes? Wow.
Okay, well, even if that's the case, there's still a chance I could be pregnant. After all, if what you're saying is true, then I never saw the actual results.
Actually, at my last office party, we got into the conversation of marriage.
I'm sorry, what does this have to do with me?
Would you just listen for a second? So the only one who wasn't married and in their 30s was Kenneth. So we were joking and asking if he's been laid recently, and apparently the guy is infertile and can't have kids, which is also why he was having a hard time finding someone to marry.
Excuse me?
So there's no possible way that you can be pregnant with Kenneth's child. Which is also probably why he was so insistent that there was no way you could be pregnant.
You're serious?
You know, it's probably a blessing that someone as irresponsible as you isn't about to become a mother.
Wait, but now I'm actually screwed.
I would say so.
Sean, I am so sorry. It was all a mistake. Not even that big of a mistake if you really think about it. You have to forgive me. Please take me back.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard pass.
There is no way that I'll be able to pay you $30,000.
You should have thought of that before. Besides, all these years you've just been spending my money, lounging all day in my house. I guess all of your mooching and laziness has finally caught up to you.
Please, Sean. I'm begging you, please forgive me.
It was just a lot easier to do everything around the house myself than to try and get you to do it, so I never said anything.
Come on, Sean.
Well, that's really all I had to say to you. If you wouldn't mind telling Kenneth everything when he gets back, it would be a great help. I have to let my job and your parents know about this whole situation.
Wait, please, no. What if they end up disowning me?
That is not my problem. Honestly, I hope they do. Then maybe you'll finally learn your lesson.
Why do terrible things always happen to me? My life is ruined.
I told my work and both of our parents everything that had been going on with Natalie, Kenneth, and I right away. Just as Natalie predicted, her parents were ashamed of her actions and pretty much disowned her as soon as they found out. With no other place to go and no job prospects, she got a job as a housekeeper in a small hotel right off the highway. They let her live there too, so at least she has a place to stay. I'm sure she'll be able to pay off her debt to me in no time. And when our company heard about the situation, Kenneth was let go from his job as well. After a thorough investigation, apparently he did have ties to the mafia after all. Who would have thought? But he is the lowest of the recruits, so he actually doesn't have any power like he told Natalie he did. The company didn't want to have him as a liability, so ultimately it cost him his job. But I will say that Kenneth's face when he found out that it was my wife he had been having an affair with was priceless. I wish I'd gotten it on video. He literally sat there frozen, jaw dropped for at least 5 minutes. And to pay off his debts, Kenneth had to put up his house, and last I heard, he was having to do some sketchy jobs in order to make some money to scrape by. But if you ask Kenneth, he'll tell you that he's moving on up in the mafia and is actually pretty scary himself. Well, I guess more power to him. After all, it is the path that he chose. As for me, well, the divorce finally went through and I'm more than happily focused on my job. It's not so bad being married to my job, better than the alternative. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and follow for more similar content.